Welcome to the Cocoa Recovery Podcast.
The Cocoa Recovery Podcast presents the conversations of an informal group of friends gathered over coffee to discuss their current experience in recovery. The simple purpose of this podcast is to be helpful by sharing the realities of people living in recovery. The hosts and guests may or may not be practicing members of 12-step programs, and the Cocoa Recovery Podcast is not affiliated with any organization, institution, or facility, neither endorses nor opposes any causes or approaches to recovery and rehabilitation. Whatever is expressed in the podcast represents our individual experiences and opinions as of today. Welcome to the. Is this a season finale? It is.
It is.
It is.
Season
Oh my
finale.
God.
Our 11th recording, our 11th episode, a season finale, and I am one of your hosts. I am Carbs.
I'm Barbie.
And I'm Pirate Mike. Good to see you both.
Yay, we're all
guys?
present.
I know.
I know. But you know what? I think that was a good, last episode.
Time
It was
apart.
just too,
We needed some time apart.
Yes, we did. But yeah. But right. But then this is a season under.
Yeah.
And since this is our last episode for this season, we're gonna go back to the first drink.
Ooh, yes.
nice
Oh, I
intro.
like that. I didn't see that coming.
No, right? You didn't see that coming. No, but
Yeah.
then you know how they say, stay away from the first drink, or the first drink gets you drunk. What? Lightweight? But no, I mean, what does that mean to you? Okay, first and foremost, what did it mean to you when you first heard it, and what does it mean to you? Let's go for that. Because it means, like, going into this journey, it means so much. It means very different from the first time I heard it. Because when the first time I heard it, I was just like, what do you mean? Like, it was just telling me, like, I'm just not supposed to drink. That's the premise of it. That's the whole idea. Just don't drink. Just don't drink. Just stop drinking.
Yeah.
Like, right? And when I first heard that the first drink gets you drunk, I could not wrap my head around it. I was like, what is he talking about? Because the first drink gets me excited.
Oh,
It does
yes.
not get me drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? If the first drink makes a normal person wince because it's like that burn in the throat or something like that, I had to pretend that it burned my throat. But then in reality, I was just like ding 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 ding.
Yeah, that's my favorite part. That's my favorite part. When I think about the first drink, I get very excited just like you. But I like it. The first drink has to be on an empty stomach.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I want to feel it.
Maximum
I like
effect.
the burn. I want it. I feel it in my throat and then my stomach, and then it just hits and it's like, yes,
Exactly. But you have to pretend though. Sometimes I'd have to pretend like, oh, this is like nasty. Like, like the tequila
really?
or like the shot.
No,
everybody's
I
just
think
like, oh my God,
everyone knows that I'm already just loving it.
Just like, you know how the people like do the salt and then the shot and then the lemon, right?
Yeah.
Tequila. No, I'd be like watching them and I just take the shot. Like, really?
Oh, that was the best. Yeah.
Yeah.
When I decided to avoid that, it's like skip the foreplay and let's just put the shot on.
Oh,
Like, yeah.
skip the foreplay.
What is
That's
this?
a good one too.
I would do the whole ritual just because like everybody's doing it, but I really didn't need it.
Right.
Yeah.
And then how everybody goes like, oh my God, they're sucking on the lemon, like, oh my God, like, and I'd be like, ooh, okay.
No, the thing is,
What made me wince was the lemon.
Yeah,
What made me wince, what made me sour faced was the lemon. It wasn't the tequila, it was the lemon.
yeah, that's true. It's the lemon, not the tequila. Yeah.
Okay. And then like people, oh my God, I'm gonna regret this in the morning. Damn straight. But I'm gonna enjoy it now. I'm not thinking about tomorrow, right?
And the thing it's like, even before I get to the bar, people think it's my first drink, but it's not.
Yeah.
You're already warmed up.
I'm already warmed up. What, do you think I'm gonna get ready without drinking while I'm putting on my makeup and getting no. I'm blasting my sounds, drinking by myself before I go to the bar. You know?
Right. Right. No, I was getting loaded with something else before I went to the bar.
Another kind of pregame. Why pretend? Why pretend then to like? Was it? I don't know. I can't relate. Is that because you're a lady and you're like signing to?
Yeah, no,
put
because
on
you know
the-
everyone. It was just like it was a thing. Sure, you're just gonna be the one there that has no reaction to the drinks when everybody else is like, oh my god, I love
Yeah.
Wow.
Everyone's just
it. I have
calm,
today.
right?
Yeah,
Everyone's
no.
calm when they
But you
have their
know, I
first drink.
hate it. I hate when a new bottle comes out and you're all there, right? Taste this, guys, taste this, and everybody's just like, oh my god, it tastes so. There's no burn. There's like, oh my god, this is like the best I've ever had.
Hmm.
I'm
I'm
just like,
like, what's the point?
fucking the same to me. It does not taste like anything. It's the same shit. It's gonna get me fucked. But then, like, let's all rave about it.
Yeah.
It's like, really, this is the first time you've had vodka. It all tastes like vodka.
There was something. What was it? There was something that was also in like the mid to late 90s, I remember, and people used to rave that it goes down so smooth and it doesn't even taste like alcohol. But like it was supposed to be strong. And I didn't see the point. Like what you said, Barbie, like it wasn't burning my
Yeah.
throat. So I was like, what? And then I always ended up
Yeah.
drinking too much of it. It was I forgot.
Exactly.
I'm trying to
Because you're
remember what it was
looking
called.
for it. You're
Yeah, yeah,
looking
yeah.
for it,
Yeah.
you know?
Exactly. Like they would
Yeah.
smell it. They would smell the wine. I'm like, really? You know what you're smelling?
Like I
But
guess
yeah,
Goldschlager a little bit, right? Like I didn't really get the point of that.
it's so sweet, diba?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Goldschlager. Yeah.
You know what I used to drink a lot of, and like because like it didn't taste like anything. Well, because like I had I used to go out with people who drank it was tequila rose.
Oh.
I found it. Ugh.
Because it's like dessert,
It
right?
tasted like a
Dessert?
milkshake. It tasted like a milkshake, and I was like, this is gonna go down, and I'm just like drinking like
Oh,
Yeah, like that.
exactly.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because you need to drink a lot of it to feel, buzzed.
Yeah.
So it's
yeah,
like I don't drink those things. I like the ones that hit me
yeah,
right away. Like,
Mm,
diba? Exactly.
true.
Forget the foreplay. Let's go.
yeah.
You know?
This is so funny because you were like, I don't understand what they meant by it's the first drink. And yet here we are, like 10 minutes later. This is exactly why the first drink gets us drunk.
This is exactly what. But then that's the point I was trying to make because like the longer I was here in recovery, what it now means to me is like it's like a metaphor, not metaphor, probably. Yeah, of course. It's like don't start something you know is gonna end badly.
Yes.
Hmm.
That's it. That's the whole idea. Just
Yeah.
don't start something that you know is gonna end badly.
Yeah. Like
That's
for
what it
me,
means to
it's
me.
really
Okay.
like the first drink is like the first drop of blood that you give a vampire. That's what I
Oh,
always think about because I'm really obsessed with the Anne Rice novels, and even
yeah.
like Twilight and everything. But yeah, it's like that, like just one drop of blood, and it's like it wakes me up.
Mm,
There's a switch, and it's
yeah.
like, and it's like, oh, gigil,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
gigil, and it's like
Yeah.
that's the first drink for me. That's what it means to me. And it's like, let's do this. Let's go.
Yeah.
Just open Pandora's box. That's why I can't have the first drink. Like, you can't tell me, like, hey, just have 2 glasses. I'll hit you with a bottle of wine. You're going to tell me 2 glasses. Forget it. I'd rather not have it. Forget it.
Yeah.
Because it's like
Yeah.
giving a vampire a drop of blood and that's it. No way. Way. You'd be like, come
Yeah.
after you.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. The alcohol's gonna come after you.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a good way to put it though. Like you'd rather not have it because I remember talking to somebody about that before and they were trying to understand we were talking about the phenomenon of craving and what that means. And then
Yeah.
the obsession, right? So like the twofold disease. And I remember a story like that where maybe I can if you tell me that I have to control the number of drinks that I have today, maybe I can do it, but I'm not going to be happy. And I would almost rather
Yeah.
like not drink at all than
Yeah.
not drink the way that I want.
Exactly.
Because
Because
what's
it's
the
like
point?
torture. The
Yeah.
craving is there, and
Yeah.
it's, like there's no such thing as controlled drinking,
Mm-mm.
for us. And that's why when people always ask, right? Like, why can't you just have a couple? Why can't you stop?
Yeah.
Because I'm an alcoholic. That's why. Now you know what an alcoholic is. You can't stop. The
Yeah.
first drink means the first of, I don't know,
Thousands.
1,000.
So
Thousand.
I used to actually rebel against the idea in early sobriety. So that was my misunderstanding of it. Whenever people would say it's the first drink that gets you drunk or stay away from the first drink, I thought it was like that. I thought, okay, so you're trying to remind me or tell me that I'm not going to be able to stop once I start. And then I don't believe you.
Mm,
Ooh,
I think I can.
yeah.
I'm not saying it'll be comfortable, but I think I can. And so I always had a problem with that slogan because I was like, no, I think I can probably get away with, I don't know, at least one night where I don't fall over myself. So the way I understand it now is, well, number one, I don't know. Um,
mm,
but if I drink, and you guys, the way you described the sensation was like perfect. If alcohol, if I take alcohol today, whatever I have going, like in terms of the program, like the mental and emotional defenses that I've been practicing, like
mhm.
that all starts going away
Exactly.
Mm,
because I'm already, and somebody like sponsees have actually asked me this. It's like, how do you know that you can't drink anymore? It's been so long, And I say, I mean, I'm convinced that I won't be able to stop or control my drinking overall. I'm not saying just tonight, but what I do know is in order to stay emotionally sober, spiritually sober, I need to be physically sober. So once I start
Yeah.
drinking again, all of those inhibitions and controls go right out the window. It's only a matter of time before it goes to shit again.
yeah,
Exactly. Exactly. That's it. That's it.
yeah,
It's like, you like for me, it's like I built up this I want to yeah, resistance to it. I know what to do to stay away from that first drink. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? The defenses are
Yeah.
up and everything like that. But then like I know that if we're if I do relapse, and I do relapse, I'm saying this honestly, it's that first drink, that first drop of alcohol will immediately break all of those defenses.
Mm,
It's
yeah.
like a careful house of cards for me at the moment.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
like a little gust of wind of you're down. You're,
Mm,
it's never gonna be strong enough
Mm,
because you have to keep on reinforcing it every day,
yeah.
right?
And your
yeah.
tolerance just keeps getting higher. Like it's really a progressive disease. Like say, I remember like I was like sober for 100 days, right? And then I told myself, oh, I relapsed and I told myself, oh, I can control it. I can just have wine
Mm.
Saturday and Sunday.
Mm,
And it actually worked for like a month.
right?
And I was
Yeah.
so proud of myself. So it's possible, dude. It was possible because I had just started. So right
Yeah.
Yeah.
away, you're like, okay, you set goals. I'm going to have controlled drinking, but
Right,
it
right.
can only last a month at the most. And then all of a sudden, I just fall flat on my face. Something bad happens. I receive bad news or whatever it is. And then I
Yes.
just go on this binge
Yeah.
where it's
Yep.
like endless drinking, like from morning till night, because I was
Yeah.
upset about something. So that's the problem. You can only control it for how long,
Yeah.
and then you're back to where you started, back to drinking first thing in the morning. From like, oh, I'm just going to drink, during the weekends to like, as soon as I wake up, I'm downing 3 beers with a
Right.
Valium. That's how fast. It's so fast.
It tells you how much effort it actually takes for an alcoholic to keep that up, that
Yeah.
control, that regulation. And like you said, whether you're upset or excited, something eventually is going to be like, fuck it, or
Yes,
just go
the
for
fuck
it.
it.
And then
Yeah.
either way, it's either
I
really
deserve
positive or no.
this.
Yeah, but just relax now, let go of the controls, and then it's
Exactly.
Mm-mm.
off to the
Exactly.
races.
Yeah. Then you crash your car. The whole thing, You
Flat and
trip, you
straight.
hit your face on the pavement. Like it's the same story.
The
Yeah.
same.
And
But
the
then like
cycle goes on.
it does though. But then if you for me also kasi like the first drink, I don't know, it signifies that, for lack of a better term, the one that broke the camel's back.
Yeah. The hay
Okay.
that broke the camel's
The
back.
Yeah.
the thing that just yung parang that little tiny weight on it, that compared to everything that you built, it's so tiny eh. For me, for my recovery right now, what I built,
Hmm.
I mean, like it's not that strong. Right? I can admit that. It's probably a good 75% strong. Okay, it's good. It's a good number for me
Hmm.
because it's passing. It's not.
It's
It's
passing.
it's a passing grade. Okay, it's fine, right? But then, like that little one feather of one feather just goes down on that house of cards of mine. It's like it's down.
Yeah.
That sounds scary.
Yeah.
It sounds scary
But
because
Yeah.
you think
it's
about, because
true.
you know where it's heading. That first drink, like parang first sip,
Yeah.
because you taste it and then you remember, and then everything comes flooding back. And you're like,
Yes.
oh, I remember the time when like I had so much fun when I was drinking this, and can't remember, but I knew I had fun.
Yeah.
It's that. For me, like for some sort of reason, the memories of that will come with the first sip, and then your
Yeah.
inhibitions, and then like parang somehow it'll just take over. Like it's
Yeah.
gonna take over, and then like you're just like, oh, wait a minute, what if? And then you start playing with yourself.
The what ifs. Yeah.
Yeah.
The what
Yeah.
if? Parang, hey, maybe just for tonight, since it's a celebration.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
like, no, it's not gonna be a celebration tomorrow when you're gonna be doing it all over again. Yeah, and
True.
it's true that when you say na parang, okay, you can do it like every weekend. You can do it like every, you know,
Mm.
a nightcap. Nightcap. How many times have we said, oh, it's just a nightcap? Like for a person, for a normal person, it's one. It's
I don't
literally
understand
one
nightcaps.
drink. I never understood that.
Yeah. What the hell is a nightcap?
Right?
I don't understand.
Friends would say
I never
nightcap. I'm
It's
like,
so cute. Like, can you
another
sip
4 or
it?
5. What does that mean?
The little sips of like,
and then I would
Prosecco
wonder,
or something. I'm like, what the
and then I
hell?
would wonder, why are you leaving? I would wonder, really? This is all we're
Or
gonna
when they only drink half. They leave like one
Why
fourth
are you
left.
leaving?
Oh,
Oh my
Jesus.
How
god.
can you walk away from that? Right?
Or
I
when
always like,
somebody
watch people and I'm just like, how did they do that? You
Right.
didn't finish your glass of wine? Parang,
Right? It's like I never understood it. I never
yeah.
understood that control that they have.
They don't even have to think
It's
about
not
it.
even control. It's just not a thing.
Yeah, it's not even control.
It's like
Not an
leaving.
issue.
It's like
It's not
leaving
a
the
thing.
water in a restaurant. Like I didn't drink it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a
Diba?
thing for them. And so, it kind of gets annoying when they have to ask also, parang, why? Even just one?
Yeah.
I go,
Have you seen me? That I've
I-
always tell them. Like when people used to ask me that question, I was like, oh, you wouldn't want to see me drunk. I really just like, why? What happens? And then I tell them, I was like, I'm a Jekyll and Hyde. I turn
Ah.
into a completely different person. The moment I'd have my first drink, that person is ready to come out.
yeah,
What's
Yeah.
the name?
Yeah,
What's the name of
Mr.
the
Hyde.
person?
yeah. Diba?
Bernadette. Bernadette.
I knew she has a name. I knew it.
It's Bernadette, and don't you forget it. There's that thing. So they're like, why?
my
What's
God.
Bernadette like? I was like, oh, just think of the Kraken, like the tentacles come out and
Oh
it
my
just
God.
destroys everything in its wake, like it's like that. And it's
Oh
so
my.
embarrassing. This
Mm.
person does the most embarrassing things. Like she's paranoid, she's super mean,
Oh, really?
It all comes
Yeah.
out.
Bernadette texts her friends all these awful things and family members
Her
and
friends also? Oh my.
yes, friends, friends. Like it was so ugly. And then they know, my friends know when Bernadette is out. So it's like
Oh,
they're like, it's
oh,
Bernadette already. So
yeah,
they get used to it,
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because my siblings would be like, "Oh, your sister doesn't drink. No, you don't want her drunk. She's done." They
Why is
just
it the
tell them,
same?
my siblings, they go like, "No, she's done. She's done drinking. Okay, just don't."
The tentacles come out for you also, but
No, I'm fine. I go to camp. I'm fun.
I wish I was fun. I
I go
really wish I
what
was
they
fun.
what they know is music. My persona when I'm drunk is like I'm very gago, or how do you say it? Crazy in a way that yeah, like I'm magulo, meaning to say
Mm.
like I'm loud. I'm very loud. I'm like a circus performer. Like, I'm a clown and stuff like that. And then, it's just I'm just loud and just kind of jolly, but then like it's embarrassing. Because like you're sitting down in a bar and everybody's like trying to have like a nightcap, but then
And
there's
you're there super
crazy girl
loud.
like, just like woo, like just like like just I don't know, cheapening up the place.
You're sure, huh? You're sure they enjoy it. You're sure it's entertaining.
Of course, I know they don't enjoy it, but I enjoy myself. That's the thing, diba? I'm fun. I'm so fun. What are you talking about?
Kasi
You
you don't hear how loud you are, right? When you're the
Yeah,
one
you
who's
don't.
drunk, you don't know how.
Don't. You don't at all. You don't. I don't know what's coming out of my mouth that everybody, it's funny or whatever, and I'm laughing and everything. But it's just embarrassing because like I'm just like falling all over the place and just laughing, and it's not ladylike.
It's not ladylike.
There you
Yeah.
go. This is what
I had a friend who looked down on me, like,
Oh.
and she was very judgy. Like the rest, they're already like, it's Bernadette, whatever. The other one's just like looking at me like, God, can you please just, get yourself together? Like that. Like, parang can't you just stop? Like, come on, like that. And I would feel so bad that she would look at me that way. So I would like hide my, drinks from her, and I wouldn't want to be with her because there was that judgment, because I'm making a fool out of myself. And then when I would like pass out, right? Obviously, you drink to pass out. I mean, for me anyway, I drink to pass out. I don't drink to like just
Oh,
get buzzed. I drink to pass out, So when I wake up and I don't remember what I did, and apparently I had done a lot, okay? Like a lot. And this person would be like, you know what you did last night? Patay. And I'm like, what? And I'm cringing already. Like, I'm so like, what did I say? What did I do? I checked my phone. Who did I text? Who did I call? My
yeah.
God, mamaya, it's long distance,
Oh, shit.
anything is possible. Oh, and then with Facebook, imagine you check Facebook if you posted anything. It's freaking scary because it's somebody else.
Wow.
It's like somebody controls me. Like it's like an evil spirit. My head turns, practically like, it's like somebody enters my body and I'm possessed. Okay, Bernadette takes over and she's capable of everything. So
Wow.
it's like,
Everything.
yeah. So I don't know what this bitch did, and I wake up and I'm like, fuck. And then I check my car, I go downstairs. If I crashed it, it's that bad. All because of the first drink.
You see, diba, our goal is to what? Our goal is to stay in recovery,
Yeah.
nurture this life and, practice whatever, do the steps, whatever, live this life in recovery, right? That's the goal.
Yeah.
First drink, what's your goal?
Well, not to
Never.
drink the first drink.
When you take that sip of alcohol, what becomes your goal?
Set the whole thing on fire, really.
Burn the place down.
Burn the place down.
Yeah.
I used to pretend like that wasn't the thing, but no, that's when I think about it today. If you're talking to me about the first drink, I'm like, burning the place down.
Burning
Easy.
the place down.
Easy.
Easy.
Just go wild.
Easy. Wild, diba?
My
Oh.
counselor would tell me, like, before you take the first drink, there are two sayings. Play the tape, but of course, wala nang tape. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
but yeah, play the tape. Like, you know the ending, you know how it goes, you know what's going to happen, or finish the story.
Yeah.
Right? That's what she says also. So it always ends very, very badly. So when I think about that, I don't take the first drink. I'm scared already. I'm so scared.
That's it.
I'm going to lose my family. I'm going to lose my daughter. I'm going to
Don't-
lose my friends.
Don't
That-
start something you do.
That saying about the playing that I've heard that a lot also, the play the tape forward. Maybe it's difficult for a newcomer to wrap their head around playing it forward or playing the tape forward, because that kind of ability is, you kind of have to be sober a certain amount of time, at least and like having experienced even like the step 11 promise where your head kind of clears up a little bit for you to effectively play the tape forward. Because otherwise, I guess early in sobriety I struggled to do that too, and I could sometimes, but you feel the pull. There's the all right, I am playing the tape forward and I know it's not going to end well, but fuck.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Yes. True.
And
So
there's
that
still,
means like you haven't done step 1, or you haven't really surrendered
haven't
to,
really surrendered. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's true.
That's what it is, because there's still a question in your mind,
There's
diba?
still a question in your mind. You're not
And
fully convinced
if
yet.
you're in early sobriety, there's still a question in your mind.
I guess that's
Or
why they always
even years.
Or
Honestly,
none.
even years. No, even years in sobriety. But if you don't understand the significance of the surrender, I have been, and I know many people who have been years in sobriety, didn't understand the significance of the surrender. And so I still questioned it for years, Barbie. Like,
Yeah.
I still had reservations. Even before we moved back here, I was joking with my wife, right? Like, oh, maybe, we'll be in another place and like maybe I can join you for like wine on the weekends. And she's like, why the fuck are you even joking about this? And like, she hates it when I do that. But then there's a truth to the saying about it being half meant. It is a dream. So I wouldn't be joking about it I wouldn't like half mean it if I was convinced at the time that it really wasn't a possibility. Still had a reservation.
I remember when I wasn't in the program and I was sober for a long time, I always told my best friends and my sister, I was like, I'll join you when I'm 70. Right? No one will care. I'm too old. My daughter doesn't need me anymore. Right? But so there was still that goal na parang I'm not gonna die sober,
Yeah.
I'm gonna die doing what I love.
Which,
so I said 70, tapos naging 60,
yeah.
naging
bargaining.
Can I push back on that a little bit though?
Yes, please. Go ahead.
There's nothing wrong with dying drunk. Because like there's a story, right? And I was talking about this with some recovery friends. On his deathbed, Bill W. was asking for whiskey.
You're kidding. I didn't know that. Wait.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's a
don't know that.
documentary. There's a documentary. I really I enjoyed it. A documentary on Bill, and that I watched. And at the end, they were talking about that. He was asking for whiskey on his deathbed, and they didn't give it to him. But like two sides of the story were like, of the argument where people were very protective over his legacy and what does it mean. He asked for alcohol on his deathbed. I guess you're once an alcoholic, always an alcoholic. But then on the other side, it's like, if the man wants a drink, like we're not supposed to be keeping anybody from getting a drink if they don't want to. Yeah, there are more important things than like worrying about legacy, because I don't know. It's we're staying sober. You guys said this, like we're staying sober and living this life of sobriety or of recovery so that we can live life. Right. And so there's a bigger picture that's more important than like, did I or did I not take alcohol today?
Yeah.
It's tricky, with the alcohol in my system, that I'm far away from God. I know that. That's part of like that's the end of the chain reaction that happens. But
Yeah.
it's really more about like the presence of God in my life than the presence of beer in my life, if that
I
makes
get,
sense.
I get it. I get it
Mm.
though.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I also relapsed because during the pandemic, I really thought that, people were dying. There was, I mean, during the early days of the pandemic, I
Mm.
mean, the first wave, right? So many people died, especially like my sister was in New York. That was the epicenter before in the States, it was New York. So it was
Mm.
so bad that I was like, I can die like anytime. And I used that as an excuse to drink
To drink.
because like I don't want to die sober. That's what I said to myself.
Hmm.
But apparently, well, now there's no more pandemic. So I
Survived
fucked
it,
up. I
Marty.
was fucked.
Whoops.
We're all here.
Oops,
That's why
I
you
can
Gonna
said
survive
die.
the
make sure you
pandemic.
die.
Yeah, make sure you
No, but
die.
Mike, I do get it when you said like there's that whole thing like here's my take on what you just shared though. It's like you're living a life for me, okay, this is how I see it. Like if I'm living like I've done everything. I've given my life to my recovery.
Hmm.
I've repaired everything. I built this new life that everything I lived it. And in my deathbed, I'm just gonna parang I feel like parang it's like this, like parang, this is it. I did it. God, I'm gonna see you now.
Barbie's losing her
I thought
mind.
you
Here's to
said like,
you.
give me my
Here's to you, right? Diba? Parang this is
oh my
it.
cheers
I'm
ka.
done. I'm done. There's no. I mean, like what legacy? I mean, like yeah, sure,
Mm-mm,
legacy, right? Yeah,
mm-mm.
because my children are grown or whatever. I want to live a long life.
Yeah.
That, of course, I think I'm gonna live until I'm what not when all of you guys are dead, no, but I don't want to like siguro 70s, say a good
My lola's 91,
I was gonna
so
say
no, I
my
it's
don't want to
grandparents are in their
possible.
get like that
90s.
That's
naman, diba?
yeah, my
80. O sige, let's say 80, diba? And then
mm,
you have your grandchildren or whatever, you live the full life and recovery and everything. And it's like, it's not that I'm throwing it away. It's I'm on my
here we go.
deathbed. I'm not throwing it
That's
away.
okay, that's big. I don't know how to explain it, but yes, that's exactly it.
You,
Like
you, you get it?
why am I worried about throwing away what? Time? Throwing
Not,
away
I'm not throwing away my
yeah.
sobriety. I'm just saying I did it and I'm done. Bye.
Goodbye talaga.
Oh,
It's so
good.
it's so tricky because
It's a tricky, but then you get
it's
it.
so
Eh. I get it.
tricky.
But
Yeah.
it's so romantic. Oh shit.
Yeah, there's a
You're
romantic
getting it, but you're getting excited the Barbie. Yeah. You're like
No,
making
no.
plans.
I'm trying to like, no, no, no.
No, it's
diba?
no, what
But
I'm
I
You
see
get
that I
it's
see how
it.
romantic it is. It
Yeah, I
it's
is.
get it. Eh. Parang I'm not
yeah.
throwing it away. I'm merely saying I did it and I'm done. And like
Mm-mm.
I'm leaving this life and I'm gonna see my creator.
Yeah, as long as you don't hurt anybody,
Yeah.
diba? I think that's what it is. Yeah.
Parang it's
Yeah.
the last thing I did. And it's not gonna affect anyone but myself. Or actually, it's not even gonna affect me because I'm dead. Diba? It's like it's parang there's this thing that it's not throwing it away. It's just this.
Yeah, it's
I
hard
don't know.
to I'm struck. I get
Hard to
yeah, I
For
feel like
me,
we're
I don't want to
yeah.
be, it's not the legacy. I just don't want to be remembered that way. I don't want let's say my daughters
That is the
by my
legacy, Barbs.
deathbed.
You
I
just that's literally
guess,
the legacy.
I know
legacy
that's
though. It's
true,
still
but
a
I don't
legacy.
want like, if my daughter is there, no matter
Yeah.
how old she is,
Yeah.
I want to be sober. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't want to be, but I have to be. I think that I would want to be sober if my daughter's there by my bedside and it's my last few minutes on earth.
Yeah.
I still want her, I still want to be sober with her. But if she's not there, fuck it.
Yeah, there's
Same. I mean,
Oh,
it's weird. Okay, like same. So like with my kids, right? I mean, they've never seen me drunk, but they're very much against me like drinking again. And I would not want them to I like my life the way it is. I love my life the way it is. Like there's no place for alcohol in it today. So I'm not, when I say this, like I brought up the topic, right? I'm not saying everybody should feel free to like drink again when they're about to die. It's more like I don't think I will because I don't want my
Yeah.
family and the stuff to see that too. But that's not the motivation for me staying sober.
Mm.
It like the whole structure of this is not anymore about like um the amount of time that I can accrue. Am I going to die a sober alcoholic? Like that's not the importance. It's just the life that I'm living with my God right now, and what that means. So when I try to put any importance on like just the act of staying sober or the legacy or this and that, then it's more built around self, and it's for me then
Yeah.
it becomes my sobriety kind of becomes my prison
Exactly.
because I've now
Yeah.
put walls around it,
Yeah.
you know.
See, I get it.
This is hard because I want to leave this world a winner. And I feel like if I
Oh, see, that's
drink right
honest.
before, yeah, if I drink before I die, then I lost
Wow.
again.
Okay. Yeah.
That's me.
That's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not
Doesn't
saying
mean
it's
that
a
I
no.
don't want to,
Yeah.
because I would always want to, right?
Yeah.
That's why we're alcoholics. So of course we always want to. I mean, I passed by a perfect pint today, and I didn't. I
Mm,
mean, I always pass by bars and whatever, and I don't get the feeling, but I do love craft beer. I
yeah.
have to say, I really love it. I love beer in general. So craft beer is just wow. And I remember when I went on a date there and I tried different, I mean, I had like 12 beers because you could choose from what country, like that different
Yeah.
kinds. It's fantastic.
Mm,
And I
mm.
remember passing by and I felt a little, like a little, just a little, and I just walked past it. Of course, I made the decision, of course not. It didn't even cross my mind like to drink or not to drink. No, I kind of like, I wish I could, but I can't. And
Yeah.
then I walked past it. I wish I could, but I can't. So I'll always want to, but it doesn't mean that I will. So
No.
parang I guess on my deathbed, I would want it still, obviously, till the day I die. But I could always choose not to go down that way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the whole thing with Bill, like, I mean, supposedly he was delirious, and I'm trying to like low key defend the guy also but the point is, if I am halfway out of my mind, and then I ask for whiskey the way that he did, it shouldn't be anyone else's, like, I hope nobody feels like it's their responsibility to protect my sobriety,
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, I would never
you
judge
know.
you if you go down that
Aw,
way.
thank
I would
you.
never judge you
Aw.
Yeah.
because I understand. I understand.
We are what we are. I mean, you feel like
Yeah.
when you said that about Perfect Pint, I don't know if you guys remember the pool party, but they had the zero beers, no?
Yes,
And
yes.
that
Ah.
was, and I talked to you guys about that because it was the first time I had that, maybe ever actually, in sobriety. But Carbs, I remember we were at the table and I was having it, and I liked the taste of beer, but then I felt something weird, and it was like your sister and I made eye contact, and she was like, "It's weird, no?" I'm like, "Yeah." She was like, "Your body feels like it's like looking for something that it can't find, no?" I'm like, "Yeah." And it like we were it just is
Yeah, the
weird, this
burning.
trip for the first next 15 minutes where it's
Mhm.
confusing, like not the, yeah, the burning, I guess, the heat, the something, the spark, like the spark
Yeah.
wasn't there, the taste
Yeah.
was there, but there was no spark. And it's a good reminder of like, yeah, 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 like this was fun, probably won't make that a habit because
Uh-huh.
the body is still looking for it.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
I
That's
mean,
very
a
true.
while ago, Carbs sent me this article on Rappler, and
Mm.
they're opening the first dry bar, sober bar in Poblacion. It's open already, actually.
Oh, okay.
It's called, I don't know how to pronounce it, Gnostic. Gnostic. It's
Gnostic. Gnostic.
GNOS. Yeah,
Yeah, Gnostic. Yeah.
Gnostic. So it's yes, because it's owned by Cosmic, the vegan restaurant. So they opened a dry bar, and I'm excited. I'm excited it's become, it's finally here because
Mm.
I'm not. Yes, I love to drink, but yeah, I don't get tempted. Like I can drink mocktails and I don't get tempted. Even with the zero alcohol beer, I like drinking it on an empty stomach also. So that
Old habits die hard.
because it's the bubble feeling, you can get sort of like it's not a buzz in your brain obviously,
Yeah,
but your
the bubbles.
stomach, the bubbles, it hits. So,
Yeah.
but you
Yeah.
don't get drunk. So it's
Yeah.
okay, right? So I've had it. It's there in my pantry. I have a 6-pack there. It's been there for months. That's why I know I'm not triggered. I have 4 cans of Heineken 00 in my fridge that I haven't touched at all. It's just there. It's just there. So
Good for
I
you.
know I'm honest with myself that I know that it doesn't trigger me.
Yeah.
Yes, that's always important.
To
We've talked about
thyself
honesty.
be true. To thyself be true. So I
Yes.
had to make sure first. And even my sponsor, she's like, the moment that you get triggered, stop. Because I was there, like I was in 7-Eleven because they sell the San Miguel free
Yeah.
00. And she's like, the moment it triggers you and it makes you want the real thing, call me. And I said, okay, but I don't worry, I'm fine.
Oh, okay.
I'm
But
fine,
otherwise,
I'm fine.
but otherwise, I know it was blessed. Wait, I don't want to.
Yeah,
That's a
yeah.
tricky
Yeah,
conversation.
but
Yeah.
she
Okay.
just said that, it could go either way, but she was worried because,
Blessing.
because people, in our
Yeah.
group, some people they don't like it. They
Yeah.
said,
Oh, yeah.
and the thing is, even my counselor told me, like, Barbie, she goes like that. For you, you don't get triggered. But what about the people around you? The other people in recovery? You have to think about them also. You
That's
don't
fair.
know if it's gonna trigger them. And I
Yeah.
said, shit, I didn't think about that. I just thought that parang I'm not triggered, so I guess they're not also. Wala namang alcohol, right? But it could be triggering. Even the smell could be triggering for some people.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. But at least you're aware that aware of your, how do you say it?
Yeah. And I have to be
Yeah.
more
Your
respectful
boundaries.
towards others too, not
Safe.
just myself, but like the other people around me. Like if I want to go to the sober bar, I'm gonna have to ask, like if when I ask people to go with me, I'm just gonna be like, okay, is this gonna trigger you? Like there are lights, it's like a bar, talaga.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a band, it's like, the pink and purple lights or whatever, and that could be triggering for other people,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I have to ask them that question. Like, do you want to go? And are you
You wanna
sure? Do you want to go? Come on, guys. This
It's-
is my
no, it's-
invitation.
It's, I mean, yes, but then also it's tricky, right? Because if you just go by the book, then the
It
point is
says
we're
this-
not supposed to be avoiding alcohol anyway. I mean, yeah, sure, like you
Yeah.
don't go into sordid places unless you have like a purpose for being there. But in general, the point of recovery is to get to the point where you don't have to spend the rest of your life hiding from it.
Exactly.
And it's in Poblacion. Imagine.
But
It's
some
right
people
beside
do get
all the
triggered.
bars.
Yeah, I know. Some people do
Red
get
light
triggered, so I'll respect that, right? It's just so it is part of our process that like, if you think that like you're going to AA meetings and doing the steps and then you still hide from alcohol, like that's not the point. At least we know that. That said,
Yeah.
in real-time experience, some people do still get triggered. So we do have to like it's nice, it's kind to be mindful of that.
Yeah.
Kind.
Yeah.
It's kind. And some groups
I
they take
always
such a
wondered.
hardcore. I think did we talk about the sauerkraut like thing here on the podcast, or was that just offline?
What's sauerkraut?
No,
So, like-
because it's fermented.
It's fermented. So there was a story that a friend told me where like their group kind of imploded over an argument about sauerkraut. So some people feel very strongly about kombucha, let's say, and then this other group takes it to another level where they're like, some people are like, no, if you're, sauerkraut isn't sober. And then other
Oh my
people are
God, I
like,
love
you're freaking
sauerkraut.
crazy. I know. So they're like there can be such extreme attitudes about stuff that has alcohol in it. Sauerkraut's a little bit ridiculous to me, but
Like
kombucha,
how much do you have to eat to
yeah.
get drunk?
seriously.
Yeah, because like if you think about it, all of these things that we're trying to avoid and everything, and it's actually avoiding the first drink.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
whole
because you don't want to wake up that demon.
yeah.
diba? It's like you're avoiding it. You're avoiding anything that comes close to it.
Yeah.
Okay. But then like extreme naman, dude.
Yeah. I mean, seriously.
Diba? I mean, like your life in recovery. Sabi ko, yeah, I'm here. I'm learning live,
How to live.
how to live,
Mm.
and not to be so, parang oh, I can't go there. I can't go to parties. I'm sorry, it's your birthday, even if it's like your what I don't know, right? I'm not gonna go.
Yeah.
Like, dude, no, it's not. That's another thing that I kind of when they say like parang avoid, diba? Avoid places, avoid just because like you're gonna get triggered to take that first trip.
Yeah.
Like, no, I think we're supposed to be learning to be able to go to these events and these places to be with these people again
Yeah.
Yeah.
without
I think
having
it's only early sobriety, like
Mm.
relapse prevention. Like you have to avoid people, places, and things.
They suggest that. Yeah.
Yeah, in
to.
early recovery. But if it's like you're okay na, you're meant to join the real world.
Yeah. Yeah, but there are a lot of people who like who still say na parang no, I don't go to those places. I don't. That's like, God. So what do? You just stay in your house? Somebody have,
I
diba?
guess.
Join the
Well,
barbecue? Jesus. Right?
Yeah.
Like, come
And
on. I mean,
that could be okay for them, no? But then when it
yeah, for
turns
them.
into,
Yeah.
but then for other people who would like to rejoin the stream of life, it paints a kind of depressing picture of what it's like to be clean and sober in recovery.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this is what it's gonna
yeah,
be about. Like, no more fun. Talagang no more
Yeah.
fun.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I don't want that. I'm
I
Mm.
sorry.
remember when I posted because we went on a fellowship adventure. Like we went on an ATV,
Oh yeah,
tour.
yeah.
Yeah, river tour. And I had posted the photo in just the group chat. And I remember somebody said, "This is what recovery looks like."
Oh, I love
And
that.
I
Yeah,
really like that. I was like, oh, it is, it is. It doesn't
yeah.
mean that you can't do fun shit. It just, okay, maybe it would mean that you don't go to bars as much, because why? Maybe once in a while,
Mm,
Me, it's just that I just don't see myself going.
Mhm.
But yeah, aside from that, there's so many places to go, now that I'm sober, so many things to do more than when I was like just at home drinking by myself and
mm.
passing out. So obviously now I'm more free to do so many things. I'm not a prisoner anymore of alcohol.
Yeah,
You learn to live.
Yeah,
You're learning to live life again
yeah.
without
exactly.
alcohol. You're
Exactly. And
learning to
it's so
celebrate
much more fun. It
without
Yeah.
really
alcohol.
is.
And
Diba?
both
Mm.
both things can exist, diba? Like, so I am convinced that I'm never going to be able to use alcohol safely.
Yeah.
And at the same time, I also enjoy feeling like I'm in a position of neutrality with it today. So I don't have
Yeah.
to like fight it. It just has no space in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That's
that's,
the
right, like today, right? So if, or at this moment, if I'm in the ideal space, which it feels like I am, I can say that. And that's kind of what it's supposed to be about, I think.
exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
You're neutral about it. I mean, like I mean, I do have that a lot,
Hmm.
but not all the time. Then naman, diba? Syempre, I have to admit it to myself also that I don't always feel this way
Hmm.
all the time,
Yeah.
diba? Because it's
Yeah.
not if if I do if this is like the baka I'm cured, but I'm not, diba? I don't think I'm ever gonna be cured of this, and I don't think that it's really here we go with the slogans, one day at a time, diba?
Yeah.
And it
It
depends on what day, right?
depends on what day.
It depends on what
Because one day
day.
it can be 1 minute, 1 second at a time.
Yeah.
Diba? It really depends. But then, I get your point about the neutrality thing because, like, yes, it does not have a space in my life anymore. Alcohol, diba? It's not something that I would turn to for
Hmm.
celebrations or for sadness or for grief or whatever. It's not. It's not the go-to anymore.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that it doesn't haunt.
Yeah.
Right? It just means that I've found something to replace my grief, my celebration attitude, or my
Yun.
sadness, or I've just found something to replace alcohol with. Diba?
Yeah.
That's the only reason I can think of because of recovery. But
Yeah.
if given that I didn't have this, then diba? Like, okay, it's simple. That's what they say. They keep it simple. That's the simplest thing that I can think of how to explain it. That the only reason why I can stay away from the first drink is because I have recovery.
Yeah.
That's it. My higher power is telling me that parang, yeah, the only reason why that you are away from that is because I'm in touch with my higher power, and I'm in touch with the program. And I'm in
Yeah.
touch with the people who are in the program.
Yeah.
Other than that, there's no other way that I could stay away from the first drink.
Yeah.
Diba?
And that's where you take action, right? So that you're not
Mm.
like it's what it's about. Like you fill your life with, you make sure that you have, you talk to God every morning. For me, like I start my day, that's how it really starts, with when you wake up, right away, and you pray, and you just practice gratefulness, and then I work out, and then I cook, go to do the things that I love, like I'm passionate about, creating dishes, and I do food photography. And the next thing you know, it's like I spend time with my daughter, and exactly what you guys said. There's no space for it in my life at
Yeah.
all. There's no space. And then I attend meetings like 5 to 7, 6 times a week. So parang when am I gonna be tempted to drink? Exactly, right? Wala, there's no
You found
time.
something to replace situations that you find yourself in it. Parang
Yeah.
you found something to, like, okay, when I feel happy, what am I gonna do? I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
Something else. There's always something going on already.
Yeah.
There's something replaced alcohol.
And not just
I
to spend time on, but like there's something that replaced alcohol that you love doing.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Or something that I cannot completely explain, but it's not the first thought that comes into my mind anymore.
Yeah.
Diba?
Yeah.
It's simple eh. Parang it's not my go-to anymore. It's just I don't know how I can't explain it. Probably it's because God said you will never be able to explain it, Carissa. So, just trust me.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
I mean,
And if that's not surrendering, I don't know what is.
I've been in the same spot. I can't explain it. And then somebody said, but you can. The explanation is God did for you what you could not do for yourself.
Yun.
like, boom.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yun. Oh, yun na. Yun na. Oh, diba? Si God lang pala eh. Good job.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cheers to that.
Yes, cheers to that. Or is there coffee in there?
Cheers.
Is there coffee in there?
It's like
No.
ginger, turmeric.
Mine is water. I
Coffee.
just want to be honest. Since we're talking about rigorous honesty.
Rigorous honesty.
Mine's really coffee.
Oh,
It is really coffee.
Okay.
Oh,
Cheers, guys.
here. This was a great first season.
Yes.
Learned
Congratulations.
so much, grown so much. Love you both.
Yes. Love you both.
Amazing. Woo!
This has been an episode of the Cocoa Recovery Podcast. If you would like to get in touch with our hosts or guests, please email us at cocoarecoverypodcast@gmail.com. Thanks for listening.